I wish to declare that I am totally against corporal punishment. It is possible for Jamaica to go to approximately 50% of its energy needs provided by alternatives.
And
the country should now prepare itself for profound, fundamental, but changes that are beneficial to the NHT and to the people of Jamaica.
You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Lorraine Mendez. A merger of the National Housing Trust and the Housing Agency of Jamaica, the privatization of the Jamaica Mortgage Bank, just some of the recommendations Cabinet is being asked to consider as Prime Minister Andrew Holness received the report at Jamaica House Tuesday from Commission Chairman Ambassador Nigel Clark.
It will do the rounds internally with the Cabinet and within the government's parliamentary group. We will have bipartisan discussion with the opposition. The opposition was involved and represented on the committee. And then we will move to a stage of further public discourse on the report. I believe that the time has come for the Parliament to have a debate on this issue and finally declare corporal punishment at an end, both within public institutions and as a means of discipline available to parents.
Prime Minister Holness's impassioned plea as he addressed Parliament Tuesday on the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs), reasoning that corporal punishment violated the good health and well-being clause of the SDGs. Mr. Holness reiterated government's commitment to banning corporal punishment in society. He also shared a UNICEF report which states that 8 in 10 children aged 2 to 10 years old experience violence as a form of discipline. The report also outlined that 47 children have been killed by violent means between January and October this year.
With such a report, with our commitments to the SDGs, I don't see how we can maintain this aspect of our culture and claim that we want to advance as a modern, civilized society. The two things are incoherent and inconsistent.
While in Parliament Tuesday, Mr. Holness committed his government to tabling a report into the boundary definition for the cockpit country. The boundary definition is an official response to a Jamaica House petition filed by an environmental lobby group which received over 15,000 signatures. Mr. Holness said a special session of Cabinet was held Monday to finalize the cockpit country boundaries.
We are hoping that we will be able to bring to this Parliament, not next sitting, but the following sitting, the final boundaries as settled by the Cabinet of Jamaica and hopefully will be settled here in the Parliament as well.
Prime Minister Holness also used Tuesday's sitting of Parliament to table answers to questions about the potential impact of the Battersea bauxite residue disposal site. In the response, Mr. Holness said environmental management and monitoring programs in the area were ongoing. So too are regular community meetings with residents. The Prime Minister said tests are also being done on air and groundwater quality. By Wednesday, Prime Minister Holness was in St. Elizabeth touring operations at BMR Jamaica Wind.
I certainly believe that there is great potential in this side of the island between Manchester and St. Elizabeth for there to be an expansion in wind generating plants.
To augment that, Prime Minister Holness said government was formulating an integrated resource plan which will project the island's future energy needs and how to supply it through the use of wind and solar renewables. Back in Kingston, Mr. Holness chaired a meeting of the National Partnership Council. At Thursday's meeting, the group discussed the demonstration for improved road infrastructure in St. Thomas earlier in the week. Mr. Holness also received the paper-based petition on the cockpit country from CEO of the Jamaica Environment Trust, Diana McCauley.
We cannot be ambivalent about tackling corruption. We have to be strident. We cannot just talk conveniently. We must act even if it brings some discomfort.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness is charged to the latest batch of 434 integrity champions who received certification Sunday. The integrity-focused and anti-corruption leadership training was provided through a partnership involving the National Integrity Action, the Council of Voluntary Social Services, and the USAID. And on Saturday, Prime Minister Holness journeyed to the National Arena to view Father Holong and Friends' 2017 production in aid of charity.
The work you do it on behalf of all of us, and you do it to the glory of God. And we are grateful and we are thankful. And we are here to support you and to strengthen you. God bless.
And that's how we close out Jamaica House Weekly. Do join us again next time for more of the news coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.